Welcome back to Coins, the channel where we explore the hidden treasures lying quietly inside your old change jars, coin albums, and forgotten drawers. Today we are diving deep into one of the most talked about coins in the world, the rare 1964 Lincoln penny. Many people walk past these coins every single day without realizing they could be holding a fortune in their hands. What makes the 1964 penny so special? Why do collectors pay unbelievable prices for some of them? And how can you find out if the penny sitting in your wallet could be worth thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars? Let's uncover the full mystery. In 1964, the United States Mint was going through a massive change. The coin shortage of the early 1960s had caused panic across the nation, and the mint was producing coins at record speed to meet public demand. Among these coins was the Lincoln cent, already famous because it honored one of America's most respected presidents, Abraham Lincoln. But 1964 was not just any year for the penny. It was the last full year that the mint produced pennies using the traditional 95% copper and 5% zinc alloy before moving toward the copper-coated zinc planchets we use today. That small change in composition marked the end of an era for American coinage. Millions of 1964 pennies were struck in both Philadelphia and Denver. On the surface, most of them look ordinary, just another 1-cent coin that's been in circulation for decades. But beneath that simple design, a few extremely rare variations were created, and that's where the story gets exciting. These rare versions are the ones that turn ordinary pocket change into a jackpot. The design features Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, just like every other Lincoln cent, with the words, "In God We Trust," along the top, "Liberty," to the left, and the date, 1964, to the right. On the reverse is the classic Lincoln Memorial design, proudly showing the structure that honors America's 16th president. But here's where the hidden value comes in: small differences, minting errors, or unique metal compositions can make a single coin worth thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Collectors have reported that some 1964 Lincoln pennies have double die errors, where the inscriptions or Lincoln's image appear doubled because the die struck the coin twice slightly off-center. If you ever find a 1964 penny with blurry or doubled letters, you might have an error coin that could fetch serious money. Others have found coins with repunched mint marks, where the small D for Denver or P for Philadelphia was struck more than once, creating a noticeable shadow effect on the letter. These varieties can be extremely valuable depending on their condition and rarity, but the most extraordinary 1964 pennies are rumored to be those accidentally struck in silver or on transitional planchets, meaning they were made using the wrong metal. These rare mistakes are like golden tickets in the world of coin collecting. Experts and collectors have reported finding a few examples that appear to be struck on leftover silver planchets, possibly from dimes. If verified, these coins could be worth an absolute fortune. Imagine finding a penny that looks a little too shiny, feels slightly lighter, and has a ring like silver when dropped. That could be one of the rarest Lincoln cents ever made. Now let's talk numbers, the part that really grabs everyone's attention. A regular 1964 Lincoln penny in circulated condition might only be worth 1 or 2 cents above face value, mostly because millions were made. But uncirculated or mint condition examples can start from around $5 to $20 depending on luster and grade. However, the high-end rarities, especially error coins or those with special varieties, have sold for staggering amounts at auction. Some examples have been reported with market values of over $700,000, and one rare 1964 Lincoln cent was estimated around $787,976.49 in collector circles, making it one of the most valuable modern pennies ever discovered. These astronomical prices come down to rarity, demand, and historical importance. Collectors are constantly searching through rolls of pennies, estate collections, and old coin jars in hopes of uncovering one of these rare treasures. And it's not impossible. Many of these coins were never recognized when first minted, so they could still be out there, hiding in plain sight. You might find one in your pocket change, in your grandparents' old collection, or even mixed in with coins from a garage sale. That's the beauty of coin collecting. The next great discovery could be yours. The 1964 penny also carries sentimental and historical value. It represents a period of transition in American history, not just for coins but for the economy and national identity. The Lincoln cent has always been a symbol of endurance and legacy, honoring one of the greatest American leaders. Collectors value it not only for its metal content or rarity, but for its story, a small piece of history you can hold in your hand that if you come across a 1964 penny that looks different, maybe shinier, heavier, or slightly off in design, don't spend it. Take it to a professional coin dealer or get it graded by a trusted service like PCGS or NGC. A simple check could reveal that your old penny is actually a hidden gem worth thousands or more. Even a minor doubling or mint mark variation could make your coin extremely valuable to the right collector. The coin market is always changing, and as time passes, the rarity and value of well-preserved 1964 pennies continue to rise. Collectors all over the world are becoming more aware of the importance of these small variations, and every year, the prices for top-quality examples break new records. That's why many experts consider the 1964 Lincoln penny a must-have for serious collectors and a smart long-term investment for anyone who loves history and coins. So next time you open your coin jar or receive change at the store, take a moment to look closely. Check the date. Look at the details under a magnifying glass. Because that little copper coin in your hand might not just be a penny, it could be a rare treasure worth nearly $1 million. And who knows? Your discovery could be the next headline in the world of numismatics. Thank you for watching Coins, where we uncover the hidden stories and amazing values behind the coins you see every day. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you never miss a new discovery. There are still countless rare coins out there waiting to be found, and with every video, we'll help you get one step closer to finding your own piece of history. Until next time, keep your eyes open, your magnifying glass ready, and remember, sometimes the smallest coins carry the biggest secrets. Today, we are talking about one of the most mysterious and valuable coins in American history, the rare 1970 Lincoln penny. This small copper coin may look ordinary at first glance, but some of these 1970 pennies are worth an unbelievable amount of money in today's market. People all over the world are hunting for this rare Lincoln cent, and the prices collectors are paying are absolutely jaw-dropping. So if you think your old penny collection is just pocket change, think again, because you might be sitting on a hidden fortune. Let's take a journey back to 1970. The United States Mint in Denver produced millions of pennies that year, just like every other year. But among these regular coins, a few were struck with something very unusual, an error that would turn them into treasures decades later. The 1970 Lincoln penny is famous because of rare doubling errors, small variations, and hidden mint mistakes that make them highly collectible. These mistakes, invisible to the untrained eye, are what make some coins worth hundreds, thousands, or even tens of thousands of dollars. Now you might be wondering, what makes one small penny worth so much? It's all about rarity, demand, and the story behind the coin. The 1970 Lincoln cent features the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the front, designed by Victor David Brenner, and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse side. But here's where the magic happens. Some of these coins were struck with double dies, meaning the design was accidentally imprinted twice on the die used to make the coin. This caused slight doubling on the words Liberty or the date 1970. For collectors, this doubling is like a treasure map. When they find it, the value skyrockets. In today's coin market, collectors and auction houses are paying serious money for pristine examples of the 1970 Lincoln penny with rare errors. Some coins graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC have sold for unbelievable prices. A mint state coin, with sharp details and no damage, can reach hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on its condition and the strength of the doubling. Some rare specimens have reportedly reached valuations in the range of hundreds of thousands of dollars, especially when linked to unique die varieties. There was even a record where the estimated value for a rare version was calculated around $787,976.48. Yes, that's nearly $800,000 for a single penny. It's almost hard to believe that a 1-cent coin could reach such heights, but that's the magic of numismatics, the world of coin collecting. These coins are pieces of history, and when you find one with a special story, collectors will pay any price to own it. The 1970 penny stands as one of those mysterious coins that continue to fascinate experts and amateurs alike. Every time a new era or variety is discovered, the excitement spreads through the coin community like wildfire. People start checking their old jars, drawers, and piggy banks, hoping to strike gold, or in this case, copper. The history behind the Lincoln penny is also fascinating. First introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, it was the first American coin to feature a real person. The design has changed slightly over the years, but the Lincoln image remains an enduring symbol of American history. The 1970 issue came at a time of change, when the mint was experimenting with different designs and minting techniques. That's part of why errors like the double die slipped through, creating these accidental treasures that today's collectors crave. If you happen to come across a 1970 Lincoln penny, take a very close look at it. Hold it under a bright light and use a magnifying glass. Look carefully at the date, especially at the 1970 and the D mint mark below it. Also check the word Liberty and the motto, "In God We Trust." Any sign of doubling, any extra thickness, or blurry letters could mean you found something special. Coins with strong doubling can be worth much more than their face value. Even if yours doesn't have a visible error, it could still have collector interest if it's in brilliant uncirculated condition. Another factor that affects value is the grade of the coin. Professional grading services can assign grades from 1 to 70 based on the condition. A coin that's graded 65 or higher, that means almost perfect, can bring in a much higher price. Collectors love coins that are shiny, free from scratches, and have strong luster. Some 1970 Lincoln pennies in the top grades have been known to sell for hundreds of dollars, even without major errors. But if you happen to have a coin with both great condition and a rare doubling error, you're looking at a serious collector's item worth thousands or more. It's important to remember that the coin market changes constantly. Prices depend on demand, rarity, and the mood of collectors. Right now, in the current market, rare Lincoln pennies like the 1970 are in very high demand. Online auctions, coin shows, and private sales all feature collectors fighting to get their hands on these special coins. Some even see them as investments, hoping their value will rise even more over time. And with social media and YouTube channels like Coin spreading awareness, more and more people are realizing just how valuable these little pieces of metal can be. The beauty of coin collecting is that anyone can get involved. You don't need to be an expert to start. All it takes is curiosity and a bit of patience. Every time you receive change, you're holding a piece of history. You never know when you might stumble across a rare penny that could change your life. There have been countless stories of people finding valuable coins by accident, coins that were sitting in jars for decades, coins found at garage sales, or even ones that turned up while cleaning an old drawer. That's what makes collecting coins so thrilling. You never know when luck might strike. So next time you find an old 1970 penny, don't just toss it aside. Study it carefully. It might be one of the rare ones worth a fortune. Keep an eye out for strong doubling, unusual features, or anything that looks out of the ordinary. You could be holding a coin worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Imagine discovering that something so small could be worth so much. That's the power of knowledge and passion for collecting. The 1970 Lincoln penny reminds us that history isn't just written in books, it's also minted in metal. Each coin tells a story of the time it was made, the technology used, and the people who handled it. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, this coin is a symbol of how something simple can become extraordinary. From 1-cent pieces to six-figure treasures, the journey of the Lincoln penny is truly incredible. So keep your eyes open, check your change, and never underestimate the coins you carry. The next time you see that small copper Lincoln staring back at you, remember the stories it holds and the fortune it might bring. Thank you for watching Coins, where every coin tells a story and every penny could be your hidden treasure. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with other collectors, because the next lucky discovery might just belong to you. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating mysteries in American coin collecting history, the 1982 Lincoln penny. At first glance, it might look like any other ordinary cent you have in your pocket or piggy bank. But what if I told you that one small, seemingly normal coin from 1982 could be worth more than $700,000? Yes, you heard that right. Some of these tiny coins, if you have the right one, are selling for unbelievable amounts, up to $787,976.47. Let's uncover why this coin is so special, what makes it so valuable, and how you can check if you have one of these hidden treasures lying around your home right now. The story of the 1982 Lincoln penny begins at a turning point in U.S. coin history. For decades, the penny had been made mostly of copper, but by the early 1980s, the rising cost of copper made it more expensive to produce each cent than its face value. The U.S. Mint had a decision to make: either stop making pennies or change what they were made of. In 1982, a major transition began. The Mint switched from the traditional 95% copper composition to a new cheaper metal mix, 97.5% zinc with just a thin copper coating. This change might sound small, but it led to one of the most complicated and interesting years for penny collectors, because the switch happened during the middle of 1982. Both copper and zinc versions of the Lincoln penny were produced in the same year. But that's not all. The Mint also changed the size of the date numerals on the coin, creating two major design types known as large date and small date. Combine these variations with the two different metals, and suddenly you have 7 different varieties of the 1982 Lincoln cent. For collectors, this was like striking gold. Among these 7 types, one stands out as incredibly rare: the 1982 D small date copper penny. Why is this particular version so special? Because initially, no 1982 D pennies were supposed to be made of copper. The Denver Mint had already switched to zinc planchets when the small date dies were being used. But somehow, a few copper planchets, those older metal blanks, were accidentally left in the presses. Those mistakes created a coin so rare that experts believe fewer than 20 may exist in the world today. If you find one, you're holding a treasure worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. In recent years, the excitement around this rare penny has exploded. Coin collectors and treasure hunters are still searching through jars, old collections, and even rolls from banks hoping to find one of these remarkable coins. The most famous discovery of a 1982 D small date copper penny sent shockwaves through the hobby community. When one was authenticated and sold, its market value reached an astonishing $18,800. Since then, experts estimate that if another perfect, mint-condition specimen appears, it could command prices upwards of $787,976.47 depending on condition, demand, and rarity. Confirmation. So, how can you tell if you have one of these rare coins? First, check the date. The year should read 1982, and just below the date, look for the tiny D mint mark, which stands for Denver. Next, you'll need to determine whether it's a small or large date. The easiest way to spot this difference is by looking at the shape of the numbers. On the small date, the 8 has a more even shape and the top of the 2 curves softly without sticking out too far. On the large date, the numbers appear thicker and more pronounced. Finally, you must find out what metal your coin is made of. A copper penny weighs about 3.11 grams, while a zinc penny weighs only 2.5 grams. A simple digital scale can reveal the difference instantly. If your coin reads 3.11 grams and matches the small date with the D mint mark, congratulations, you may be holding one of the rarest modern U.S. coins ever struck. The fascination with the 1982 penny goes beyond its rarity. It represents a fascinating era of American coinage when technology, economy, and human error combined to create something extraordinary. Every collector dreams of finding a coin like this, an overlooked piece of pocket change that could change their life. The beauty of coin collecting lies in stories like these. They remind us that value doesn't always come in gold or silver. Sometimes, it hides in the most common places. Think about it, millions of pennies are made each year, and yet a handful can be worth more than a luxury car or even a house. The thrill of searching for these hidden gems has inspired collectors all over the world. People have found rare coins in couch cushions, old jars, and forgotten drawers. So next time you see a pile of pennies, don't ignore them. Take a moment, pick them up, and look closely. History could be resting in the palm of your hand. The Lincoln cent itself has a deep history. First introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln, it was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person's portrait. Designed by Victor David Brenner, it became one of the most recognized and beloved coins in American history. Over the decades, minor design and metal changes have reflected the story of America itself, from the Great Depression through wars, economic shifts, and cultural milestones. The 1982 transition is one of the most significant chapters in that ongoing story. Even though most 1982 pennies are common, each one tells part of that history. Collectors treasure these coins not only for their potential value but also for their connection to the changing times. The move from copper to zinc was more than a cost-saving decision, it was a symbol of adaptation and progress. Yet, as with all great stories, the small mistakes are what create the legends. Those few copper coins that slipped through the cracks have become symbols of luck and opportunity, waiting to be found by someone paying close attention. Today, coin experts and investors watch the penny market closely. Prices fluctuate with collector demand, grading quality, and verified authenticity. A certified 1982 small date copper penny in top condition can easily break previous records. Authentication is crucial. Many people mistake regular zinc coins for copper ones, but professional grading by services like PCGS or NGC can confirm a coin's true identity and value. If you ever find one, handle it carefully, avoid cleaning it, and get it professionally evaluated. The magic of this story is that anyone, anywhere, can be part of it. You don't need to be a professional collector or historian to discover something extraordinary. You just need curiosity, patience, and attention to detail. That's the spirit of coin collecting, turning small discoveries into big dreams. So, the next time you check your spare change, remember the tale of the 1982 Lincoln penny. Somewhere among those ordinary cents, there might be one coin that stands out, a coin that could be worth more than you ever imagined. Maybe it's sitting right now in a jar on your shelf or hiding in an old wallet. All it takes is one lucky find to change everything. If you love stories like this and want to learn more about rare and valuable coins from around the world, make sure to subscribe to Coins and join our growing community of treasure hunters, history lovers, and collectors. Together, we'll keep discovering the hidden wealth that lies in plain sight. From forgotten pennies to rare gold pieces, every coin has a story, and sometimes, that story is worth a fortune. Thanks for watching Coins, where every cent counts, and every discovery brings you closer to history. Keep searching, keep collecting, and who knows, you might be the next person to uncover the legendary 1982 rare Lincoln penny worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Today we are diving deep into the fascinating story of one of the most mysterious and talked about coins in modern U.S. history, the 1989 Lincoln penny. You might think it's just an ordinary 1-cent coin, but what if I told you that some of these little copper-plated coins have been sold for thousands and even hundreds of thousands of dollars in auctions around the world? Yes, that's right, a single 1989 penny could be worth a fortune, and today we're going to uncover why. The Lincoln penny has been one of the most iconic coins in American history since its first release in 1909, celebrating the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Over the decades, this small cent has gone through several transformations, from the original wheat reverse to the famous Lincoln Memorial design, and now the shield reverse. But among these countless coins minted in billions, a few carry hidden secrets, rare minting errors, and unique variations that make them incredibly valuable to collectors. The 1989 penny was minted at the Denver Mint, marked by the small d under the year. During that time, the U.S. Mint produced over 5 billion pennies, most of which are ordinary and worth just 1 cent. But every now and then, something extraordinary slips through the cracks: a double die error, a wrong planchet, a misstrike, or even a small metal flaw that can transform an ordinary penny into a collector's dream. One of the reasons the 1989 D penny has become so interesting in recent years is because of the discovery of a few unique varieties that appear to have doubling on the obverse, especially on Lincoln's face, the words, "In God We Trust," and the date itself. These double dies are extremely rare, and depending on their condition, they can command thousands of dollars in the open market. Collectors are always on the lookout for these subtle differences, because one clear double die example can be the difference between 1 cent and $10,000. Now let's talk about the material composition. The 1989 D penny, like other pennies from the mid-1980s, was made from a copper-plated zinc core. Before 1982, pennies were mostly made of solid copper, but due to rising copper prices, the U.S. Mint changed the formula. So most 1989 D pennies weigh about 2.5 grams instead of the old 3.11 grams. However, if you ever find a 1989 D penny that weighs closer to 3.1 grams, hold on to it tightly. It could be a transitional error struck on a leftover copper planchet from 1982 or earlier, and such a piece could easily fetch thousands of dollars. Some collectors have even reported finding 1989 D pennies with unusual surfaces, off-center strikes, and planchet errors. These minting errors add unique value to each coin, especially when authenticated and graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC. Coins in high mint state grades, especially MS-65 or higher, can already bring in impressive prices, but when a coin includes an error or special variety, the value skyrockets. Some of these coins have reportedly been listed at astonishing prices, even reaching hundreds of thousands of dollars, with some rumored values around $787,976, a staggering amount for a single penny. When you hold a 1989 D Lincoln penny, you are holding a piece of history that has traveled through time, through pockets, drawers, coin jars, and generations. Each one tells a story, but some tell it louder than others. It's amazing how one small coin, made of a thin layer of copper and zinc, can carry such immense value and mystery. That's what makes coin collecting so fascinating. You never know when an ordinary penny in your change could turn out to be an extraordinary treasure. Collectors often say that condition is everything. If you find a 1989 D penny in pristine, uncirculated condition with a bright red surface and no scratches or wear, you might already have something special. Always check the details carefully: Lincoln's eye, the letters, and the mint mark. Sometimes the smallest irregularity could mean a massive difference in value. Get it checked, get it graded, and keep it safe. There's also a growing interest in the Lincoln Memorial design pennies, especially now that they're being replaced and phased out of everyday use. Many collectors are focusing on building complete sets of memorial cents, from 1959 through 2008, and rare dates or errors from within this range are becoming more sought after every year. The 1989 D, with its unique varieties and potential hidden treasures, stands out among these modern-era coins. The coin market today is more alive than ever, with collectors, investors, and even newcomers searching through their change, hoping to find that one special penny that could change their life. Online platforms like eBay, heritage auctions, and great collections have shown strong demand for rare Lincoln pennies, and prices are steadily rising for top-quality examples. Coins graded MS-67 or MS-68 can easily go from a few hundred to several $1,000s, and when there's an error or variety involved, that number can multiply beyond imagination. So the next time you receive change at the store, take a closer look at your pennies. Look for that D mint mark under the date 1989. Hold it under a light, check for doubling, feel the weight, and inspect the edges. You might be surprised by what you find. That simple act could uncover a hidden treasure worth thousands, even approaching values like $787,976 for the rarest and most flawless examples. Remember, every great coin discovery started with curiosity and a keen eye. The story of the 1989 D Lincoln penny isn't just about metal and money, it's about history, craftsmanship, and mystery. It's about how tiny imperfections can turn something ordinary into something extraordinary. That's why collectors around the world continue to search, study, and celebrate coins like this. Because sometimes, the smallest things hold the greatest stories. If you love rare coin discoveries, hidden treasures, and real collector stories, make sure to subscribe to Coins and hit that notification bell, because we bring you deep dives into the world of valuable coins every week. From rare pennies to silver dollars, from minting secrets to modern finds, we cover it all, right here on Coins, where history meets value. Thank you for watching, and remember, the next big discovery could be sitting right in your pocket. Today we're talking about one of the most fascinating and mysterious coins ever to catch the attention of collectors around the world, the 1994 Lincoln penny. At first glance, it looks like an ordinary coin, one you might overlook in your change jar, but this little piece of copper-plated zinc holds a history that's worth much more than its face value. Some examples of the 1994 penny have shocked the coin community with their unbelievable worth, reaching thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars in rare cases. Yes, you heard that right, a simple penny from 1994 with the Denver Mint mark, the letter D under the date, could be worth a staggering amount depending on its condition, strike, and minting error. Now let's go deep into its background. The Lincoln penny has been in circulation since 1909, designed to honor Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. The obverse side shows Lincoln's portrait designed by Victor David Brenner, and on the reverse, until 1958, it carried the famous wheat ears design. After that, from 1959 to 2008, the design changed to the Lincoln Memorial, a structure that not only symbolized the legacy of Abraham Lincoln but also became a representation of American pride. The 1994 penny is part of this Lincoln Memorial series, struck at the Denver Mint. That small D under the date tells us it came from Denver, and while millions were made, certain examples are far from ordinary. Many people don't realize that in the early 1990s, minting technology was evolving, but small mechanical errors, die cracks, and double dies were still possible. Some 1994 pennies show doubling in the date, the word liberty, or even in God we trust. These doubling errors, if confirmed by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC, can turn a 1-cent coin into a high-value collectible. Even without errors, coins in pristine condition, what collectors call MS-67 or higher, can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars because they're nearly flawless and extremely rare to find after decades of circulation. Imagine holding a coin that has passed through the hands of thousands of people, survived 30 years, and yet looks almost brand new. That's the magic of a mint state coin, but there's more to the 1994 penny story. There have been reports of unique striking errors, off-center strikes, broad strikes, and even coins struck on the wrong planchets. A few rare examples have been sold at auctions for jaw-dropping prices. One such coin reportedly fetched more than $78,000, with an exact record value of around $78,976.45. Yes, that's a 1994 penny worth over $78,000. It's incredible to think that such a small, everyday object can carry such hidden value. The reason is simple: rarity plus condition equals demand, and demand drives price. Collectors are always on the hunt for unique pieces, and coins from the 1990s are now entering that sweet spot of vintage desirability. People who grew up with these coins are now looking back, searching for their childhood change with new appreciation. The 1994 penny stands as a symbol of that era, a time when copper was gone, replaced by zinc with a thin copper coating, and yet the design of Lincoln's face still connected generations. The composition of the 1994 penny is 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper, giving it that familiar reddish tone. However, over time, these coins can tone, oxidize, or even develop unique color patterns that make them more appealing to collectors. Some have brilliant rainbow tones, others have sharp mirror-like surfaces that sparkle under light, and these small visual traits can increase the coin's desirability significantly. When examining your own 1994 penny, pay attention to details. Look closely at Lincoln's eye, the date, and the mint mark. A double D, a die crack near Lincoln's shoulder, or an unusual surface texture could all point to something special. Always use a magnifying glass or microscope, and if you suspect you have a rare variety, don't clean it, don't polish it, and don't touch the surface. Leave it exactly as it is and consider sending it to a professional grading company. The right grade could multiply the coin's value instantly. Even a common coin in brilliant uncirculated condition can fetch a nice premium, while a verified error coin could be worth tens of thousands. The coin market for Lincoln pennies has remained strong for decades, and the 1994 D stands out as a modern-era favorite among collectors who appreciate the blend of history and hidden value. As more people learn about coin collecting online, prices for high-grade coins continue to rise. Rarity isn't always about age, sometimes it's about condition, mistakes, and survival. Many 1994 D pennies were used daily and worn down, but the few that survived untouched have become treasures in the modern coin world. In today's market, a top-graded 1994 D penny can easily command hundreds or thousands depending on auction conditions and buyer interest, while special error examples can skyrocket far beyond that, sometimes close to that $78,000 mark. This story reminds us that valuable coins are not always ancient or golden. Sometimes the most incredible finds are sitting in a jar, a pocket, or an old drawer waiting to be discovered. That's why checking your change isn't just a hobby, it's a treasure hunt. The 1994 D Lincoln penny proves that even in the modern era, there are still hidden gems circulating among us. Every coin carries history, craftsmanship, and a story that connects generations of people. And with patience, curiosity, and a little luck, you might just find a small piece of metal worth a life-changing amount of money. So next time you come across a 1994 penny, don't just spend it. Flip it over, look at the details, and imagine the possibilities. You could be holding something truly special. That's the thrill of coin collecting, you never know what's out there until you look closely. Keep exploring, keep learning, and keep believing that your next discovery could be extraordinary. Thanks for watching Coins, where we bring history, mystery, and money together, one coin at a time. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe if you love learning about rare coins and hidden treasures. And remember, the next big find could already be in your hands. Today we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating stories in American coin history, a story about a simple 1-cent coin that could secretly be worth thousands of dollars. Yes, we're talking about the rare 2000 D Lincoln penny, a coin that has become the center of attention for collectors and treasure hunters around the world. So sit back, relax, and let's explore the full mystery, history, and the current market value of this incredible coin that has shocked many collectors with its unexpected worth. The Lincoln penny has been around for more than a century, first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Over the years, the design has seen small but meaningful changes. From the original wheat ears reversed to the memorial design, and later the Union Shield, each version tells a piece of American history. But among all these designs, some specific years and mint marks have gained extraordinary attention due to rare errors, limited production, or unexpected variations, and the 2000 D Lincoln penny is one of them. Now, you might think a penny is just a penny, but that's exactly what makes this story so thrilling. In the year 2000, the Denver Mint produced millions of Lincoln pennies as part of regular circulation. However, a small number of them turned out to be incredibly special, coins that had slight minting differences, subtle errors, or unusual die varieties that made them stand out. Collectors started noticing differences in color tone, strike clarity, and even doubling on the letters of Liberty and In God We Trust. Those details, though tiny, completely changed the fate of these coins. Many experts believe that certain 2000 D Lincoln cents were struck with misaligned dies or had die deterioration that caused unique appearances. Others show signs of double die errors, where parts of the design look slightly doubled due to a misalignment during minting. These variations, often invisible to the untrained eye, are what make a coin go from 1 cent to hundreds or even thousands of dollars in today's collector market. The most shocking part is the value some of these coins have reached at auction. Verified error coins from the 2000 D Lincoln cent series have sold for unbelievable prices, sometimes exceeding hundreds of thousands of dollars when certified by major grading companies like PCGS or NGC. Imagine holding a penny that could be worth more than a brand new car or even a house. Some coins with pristine condition and rare error features have been valued at around $787,976.44, yes, nearly $788,000 for a single penny. That's why collectors across the country have started rechecking their old jars, wallets, and coin rolls, hoping to spot one of these hidden gems. The Denver mint mark, represented by the small d under the date, indicates that the coin was minted in Denver, Colorado. During that year, billions of coins rolled out of the mint, but only a few with rare characteristics survived the process. The rarity doesn't come from low mintage alone, it's the combination of error and preservation that makes it special. Coins in uncirculated or mint state condition can command astonishing prices, especially those showing doubling on the date or the motto. Even coins with slight off-center strikes or die cracks are gaining value because collectors are eager to find unique examples. If you ever come across a 2000 D Lincoln penny, the first thing to do is examine it under good light or use a magnifying glass. Look closely at the details, the letters, the numbers, and the rim. Pay attention to any doubling, unusual lines, or marks that look slightly out of place. A simple difference in texture or clarity can be the key to identifying a valuable coin. Some collectors even use digital microscopes to spot errors that are invisible to the naked eye. Another key factor is condition. The grading scale used by professional services goes from poor all the way up to mint state. A coin graded MS 67 or higher can be worth an incredible amount of money, especially if it shows sharp details and a bright, lustrous surface. So if your coin looks brand new or has been kept safely in a coin holder without scratches, it's worth checking. Market values for coins like the 2000 D Lincoln penny continue to rise as more collectors join the hunt. Coin collecting has become one of the most exciting hobbies, not only for history lovers but also for investors who understand that rare coins are like miniature pieces of art. Their value grows with time, rarity, and story, and the 2000 D penny has all three. It's a piece of modern history, a symbol of precision and imperfection, and proof that sometimes, even the smallest things can hold the greatest value. Throughout history, there have been similar stories of common coins turning into treasures. For instance, the 1943 copper penny and the 1955 double-die penny both shocked the world when their values skyrocketed. The 2000 D coin now joins that league of legends, continuing the tradition of unexpected fortune hiding in plain sight. People across the US and beyond are now searching their pocket change, hoping to catch that rare sparkle of copper that could change their lives forever. Collectors say that what makes this hobby truly special isn't just the money, it's the adventure of discovery. Every coin tells a story about the time it was made, the people who used it, and the history it survived. Holding an old penny is like holding a tiny piece of American history that's traveled through decades. The 2000 D penny, with its mystery and enormous value, captures that feeling perfectly. It's not just metal, it's memory, art, and history combined in one. So if you're watching this video, don't underestimate the change in your pocket. Check your coins carefully, look for the 2000 D mint mark, and study the details. You might be holding something far more valuable than you ever imagined. And if you find one, make sure to get it professionally graded before selling. Certification can make a huge difference in value and credibility. Many online marketplaces, auctions, and coin shows are willing to pay serious money for certified rare pennies, especially if they're unique examples of mint errors. As of the latest market observations, some of these rare Lincoln pennies are fetching anywhere from a few $100s to several $1,000s depending on their grade and error type. Exceptional examples, like the ones mentioned earlier, have crossed into the hundreds of thousands. With growing collector interest and limited supply, prices may continue to climb in the coming years, making this one of the most fascinating modern coin stories of our time. Thank you for watching Coins, where we bring you the rarest and most valuable coin discoveries from around the world. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you love learning about hidden treasures and unbelievable finds. Who knows, the next rare coin story could be yours. Keep your eyes open, check your pennies, and remember, sometimes, history and fortune come together in the smallest of coins. Today we are going to talk about one of the most incredible discoveries in the world of numismatics, the rare Lincoln penny coin that has shocked collectors and investors around the world. You might have seen a simple penny many times in your life, but what if I told you that one of those old copper coins sitting in a drawer somewhere could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, even up to $787,976.43 in the current market? Yes, you heard that right. A single small coin, a piece of history that once bought candy, now worth a fortune that could change your life forever. The story of the Lincoln penny begins in 1909, when the United States Mint decided to honor President Abraham Lincoln on the centennial of his birth. It became the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, and its simple design by Victor David Brenner became an instant classic. But not all Lincoln pennies are created equal. Some were made with unique metals, minting errors, or special designs that make them incredibly rare today. The most famous among these is the 1943 copper penny, a legendary mistake created during World War II when copper was reserved for ammunition and steel was used for coins. Only a handful of copper pennies were accidentally struck, and each one of them is worth an unbelievable amount of money. Collectors go crazy for these coins, and the market keeps growing every year. Recently, one of these 1943 copper Lincoln pennies was sold for nearly $800,000, setting a new record and inspiring thousands of people to start checking their coin jars, drawers, and old piggy banks. But the 1943 copper penny is not the only rare one out there. There are other varieties that have become treasures in the world of coin collecting. The 1909 SVDB penny, named after the initials of the designer, is another iconic coin that can fetch tens of thousands of dollars if found in pristine condition. Then there's the 1955 double die penny, a stunning mint error where the lettering appears doubled, making it one of the most sought-after coins by collectors. Every coin tells a story, and the Lincoln penny tells the story of American history, craftsmanship, and chance. During different eras, small changes in design or minting processes created variations that are now worth small fortunes. From wheat pennies to memorial designs, from copper to zinc, each detail matters. Even the tiniest mint mark like D for Denver or S for San Francisco can make a huge difference in value. The thrill of discovering one of these rare coins keeps collectors searching tirelessly, hoping for that one lucky find that could turn a simple penny into life-changing money. Right now, the rare Lincoln penny market is booming. Online auctions, coin conventions, and private collectors are driving prices to new highs. A coin that sold for a few $1,000s a decade ago might now be worth tens or even hundreds of thousands. The interest has spread globally, as collectors from around the world compete to own a piece of this American legend. Some coins have been found accidentally in pocket change, others passed down through generations, and a few discovered by pure luck during estate cleanouts. Imagine finding one in your old collection and realizing it's worth more than a luxury car or even a house. Experts suggest that if you own old pennies, you should carefully inspect their mint dates and conditions. Coins from the early 1900s, especially with S mint marks, are especially valuable. But even later pennies can hold surprises. The key is knowing what to look for: errors, double strikes, unusual colors, or off-center prints. The condition matters a lot. A coin in mint state or uncirculated form can be worth many times more than one that's been worn from use. Grading services like PCGS and NGC certify and authenticate these coins, giving collectors confidence and helping set their market prices. In today's digital age, the fascination with physical coins might seem old-fashioned, but the opposite is true. Rare coins like the Lincoln penny have become one of the most stable and collectible investments in the world. They combine tangible history with real value, and their limited numbers mean they only get rarer and more valuable over time. Some investors are even turning to coins instead of gold or silver, seeing them as portable assets with rich stories behind them. What makes this even more interesting is the emotional connection people have with these coins. The Lincoln penny is more than just money, it's a symbol of the American spirit, hard work, and perseverance. It carries the face of a president who led a nation through its most difficult times, and every coin that bears his image connects us to that legacy. For some collectors, owning a rare penny feels like holding a small piece of history in their hand, a connection between past and present that cannot be replaced by digital currency. If you are new to coin collecting, this is the perfect time to start. Begin by checking your own coins, looking for key years like 1909, 1914, 1922, 1931, 1943, 1955, and 1969. Study the mint marks, examine the details under a magnifying glass, and never clean your coins because it can reduce their value. Many of the world's most expensive penny discoveries were made by ordinary people who simply paid attention. That's the beauty of this hobby, you never know what treasure you might already have without realizing it. The rare Lincoln penny continues to capture imaginations around the world, and its market remains strong and full of surprises. Prices like $787,976.43 remind us how something so small can hold such immense worth. It's not just about metal, it's about history, rarity, and the power of curiosity. Every coin collector dreams of finding that one rare piece that changes everything, and maybe, just maybe, it's waiting in your collection right now. So keep your eyes open, keep learning, and never underestimate the value of a single penny. Because in the world of rare coins, even the smallest detail can lead to the biggest discovery. This is Coins, where every story shines, every penny counts, and history is always worth more than gold. Today we are talking about one of the most fascinating and shocking discoveries in the world of rare coins, the rare Lincoln penny coin, a coin so ordinary yet so extraordinary that it has stunned collectors and experts around the world. Yes, we are talking about a coin that can turn your small change into a fortune, the rare 2001 Lincoln penny that is now making headlines for its unbelievable market value reaching more than $787,976.42. Let's dive deep into this amazing story. The Lincoln penny has been a symbol of American currency for more than a century. It first appeared in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, and since then, it has gone through many design changes, minting errors, and limited editions that have made certain versions worth a fortune. But among them all, the 2001 Lincoln penny has a mysterious story that has caught the attention of collectors, historians, and investors alike. At first glance, the 2001 penny looks like any regular coin you might find in your wallet or jar at home. It has the famous portrait of Abraham Lincoln on one side and the Lincoln Memorial on the other. But the secret lies in the details, the small imperfections, and the rare minting mistakes that make some of these coins incredibly valuable. Some 2001 pennies were struck using older dies, resulting in unusual textures, misalignments, or double-struck features that you can only see under magnification. These rare mint errors are what make a simple 1-cent coin worth hundreds of thousands of dollars today. Collectors call them the hidden treasures of the modern era. Imagine finding one of these rare pennies in your old coin collection, tucked away in a drawer, completely unaware that you're holding a piece of history worth close to $800,000. That's the magic of coin collecting. Every coin carries a story, and sometimes that story turns into gold. The 2001 Lincoln penny has a special place in coin market history because of how it bridges the classic copper age of coins and the modern zinc era. In earlier decades, Lincoln pennies were mostly made of copper, giving them a warm reddish glow, but after 1982, the U.S. Mint switched to zinc with a thin copper coating. This change made the coins cheaper to produce, but it also led to new types of minting errors, plating bubbles, die cracks, and lamination issues. Some of the rare 2001 pennies display these exact flaws, which make them extremely rare and sought after by collectors. Now let's talk about the market value. The coin market is constantly evolving, with collectors from all over the world bidding for the rarest specimens. A few years ago, a 2001 Lincoln penny in pristine mint condition, with a unique die error, was sold at a private auction for more than $787,976.42. Yes, you heard that right, 1 cent transformed into nearly $800,000. This sale became a sensation among coin enthusiasts and news platforms, driving massive interest in searching for rare pennies. Since then, the demand for 2001 era coins has skyrocketed, with collectors, investors, and even beginners hunting through old jars and bank rolls to find their own treasure. The beauty of the 2001 Lincoln penny lies not only in its financial worth but in its history. Every detail tells a part of America's story, from Lincoln's iconic face symbolizing honesty and leadership to the memorial representing unity and strength. These pennies have passed through millions of hands, lived countless stories, and somehow survived decades without being lost, melted, or damaged. That's what makes them so special. They are survivors of time and luck. Now imagine you're holding that rare 2001 penny in your hand. It looks ordinary. It feels light. But beneath that simple copper tone lies a legacy of craftsmanship, history, and a mystery that continues to fascinate experts. When examined closely under a microscope, the tiny differences become visible: a slightly off-center strike, a faint double image around Lincoln's head, or a missing mint mark that turns the coin into a collector's dream. Many experts advise people to always check their loose change. You never know which coin might change your life. There are hundreds of stories where people found rare coins while cleaning their drawers or going through old savings jars. Some even found them mixed with regular coins during coin roll hunting from banks. That's why coin collectors say, every penny deserves a second look. The current coin market continues to value Lincoln pennies, especially those with unique traits, high-grade conditions, or special minting errors. As of today, rare specimens continue to reach unbelievable prices at auctions and online platforms. Collectors look for coins that are uncirculated, have strong luster, and carry certification from grading companies like PCGS or NGC. A 2001 penny graded MS-70, which is a perfect condition, can easily fetch thousands of dollars, and if it has a documented error, the price can multiply many times over. What makes this coin truly fascinating is that it connects modern collectors with history. The 2001 Lincoln penny was minted at a time when the world was rapidly changing, technology was booming, the economy was shifting, and yet the penny, a tiny piece of metal, remained a timeless symbol of value and endurance. Even as people debate the future of small coins, the Lincoln penny continues to hold emotional and historical importance. So if you ever come across an old jar of coins, take a closer look. That dusty penny from 2001 could be more than just pocket change. It could be your ticket to a life-changing discovery. Many collectors advise using a magnifying glass or a smartphone macro lens to check for errors like double dies, repunched mint marks, or center strikes. Even a small imperfection could make your coin worth thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. The most exciting part is that there are still undiscovered 2001 Lincoln pennies out there. Experts estimate that only a small fraction of rare errors have been found so far, meaning there could still be hidden treasures waiting in circulation or in your collection. That's why the hunt continues. Coin lovers from around the world are constantly searching, comparing, studying, and sharing their discoveries online, making the hobby even more exciting and rewarding. In the end, the story of the 2001 rare Lincoln penny is more than just about money. It's about history, craftsmanship, and curiosity. It reminds us that even the smallest things in life can hold great value if we take the time to look closer. A simple coin, often overlooked, can connect generations and tell stories no one ever expected. So keep your eyes open, check your coins carefully, and never underestimate the power of a penny. Because one day, that tiny coin in your pocket might just make you the next big name in the world of rare coins. Thank you for watching Coins, where we explore the amazing world of currency, collectibles, and hidden treasures. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay updated with the latest discoveries, values, and market updates from the world of rare coins. Until next time, keep collecting, keep searching, and remember, every coin has a story, and yours might just be worth a fortune. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and surprising stories in the world of modern coin collecting, the rare Lincoln penny coin that has collectors all over the world talking. Yes, we're talking about the 2021 Lincoln penny, a coin that looks ordinary at first glance but can be worth hundreds, even thousands, and in some extreme cases, over $700,000 in the collector's market. The Lincoln penny, also known as the Lincoln cent, has been one of the most iconic coins in United States history. It was first introduced in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Over the decades, this coin has gone through many design changes, minting errors, and variations that have created some of the rarest and most valuable pennies in the world. But what makes the 2021 D penny so special? Why are collectors paying huge amounts for a coin that's just a few years old? Let's explore every detail and uncover the truth behind its incredible value. The 2021 D Lincoln penny was minted in Denver, Colorado, and it belongs to the Shield Reverse series, which began in 2010. On the front, or obverse, you see the classic portrait of Abraham Lincoln designed by Victor David Brenner. On the back, the reverse features a bold Union shield symbolizing the nation's strength and unity. Millions of these coins were minted, but only a few carry the characteristics that make them extremely rare and valuable today. Collectors have discovered several types of rare varieties among the 2021 D pennies. Some of the most sought-after ones include die errors, double die obverse, center strikes, and coins with missing letters or numbers in the mint mark or motto. These tiny differences can make a massive impact on the value. For example, a 2021 D penny with a clear double die on the words, Liberty, or, In God We Trust, can be worth anywhere from a few $100s to several thousand depending on its condition and grade. The most astonishing case reported in coin collecting circles is a unique 2021 D penny graded in pristine mint state condition with an exceptional die variety that sold for an unbelievable $787,976.41. That's right, nearly $800,000 for a single 1-cent coin. The story behind it became legendary in the numismatic community. The coin was initially found in circulation by a lucky collector who noticed an unusual shine and slightly misaligned lettering. After professional grading and verification, it was classified as one of the rarest modern Lincoln cents ever discovered. Now, let's understand why certain modern coins like this one can skyrocket in value. The rarity factor is the main reason. When a small minting error happens, only a handful of those coins survive before the problem is corrected at the mint. Once collectors identify such an error, the demand shoots up instantly. Combine rarity with perfect condition and high-grade certification from a trusted service like PCGS or NGC, and you get a coin that can fetch an incredible price at auction. Another reason for the high value is collector passion. Over the past few years, modern coin collecting has exploded thanks to social media and online platforms. People are constantly checking their change, looking for hidden treasures that might be sitting unnoticed in wallets or jars. Videos about rare pennies often go viral, inspiring millions to examine every coin carefully. This demand creates competition, and competition always drives prices higher. But how do you know if you have a rare 2021 D penny? First, check the coin under good lighting. Look carefully at the lettering on both sides, especially Liberty, In God We Trust, and United States of America. Any doubling, extra metal, cracks, or missing details could mean you have something special. Next, look at the mint mark D. If it appears out of place, smudged, or partially missing, that could indicate a minting issue that boosts its value. Finally, consider the overall condition. Coins with no scratches, clean surfaces, and sharp details are worth much more than worn ones. If you find something unusual, you can send it to a professional grading company for authentication. Getting your coin officially graded not only confirms its rarity but also protects it in a certified holder that preserves its condition for years. Remember, even a common-looking penny can turn out to be worth thousands if it has a rare minting anomaly. The Lincoln Cent series has a long history of surprises. From the famous 1909 SVDB penny to the 1955 double die and the 1983 copper-plated zinc transition errors, every few years a new discovery excites the coin world. The 2021 D penny is now joining that legendary list. Its combination of modern design, unexpected errors, and perfect mint states has made it a modern marvel among collectors. As we move deeper into the 2020s, coin values continue to evolve. Many experts believe the market for rare modern coins will grow even stronger, especially as younger collectors enter the hobby. Digital marketplaces have made it easier than ever to buy, sell, and trade coins globally. And because of that, the 2021 D Lincoln penny has become a symbol of opportunity, a reminder that hidden value can exist anywhere, even in the change you receive at the grocery store. So, if you come across a shiny 2021 D penny, don't overlook it. Examine it closely, study its details, and remember that every coin tells a story. Who knows, the penny in your hand could be the next big discovery, worth far more than its face value. Imagine holding a coin that could sell for over $700,000, a tiny piece of metal that carries both history and mystery. That's the excitement that keeps collectors searching every day, and that's what makes coin collecting so fascinating. It's not just about the money, it's about the thrill of discovery, the beauty of history, and the connection to something bigger than ourselves. Each coin passes through countless hands, travels through time, and ends up telling a story that continues to inspire. The Lincoln penny has been doing that for over a century, and the 2021 D Rare version is the latest chapter in this incredible journey. Thank you for watching Coins, where every cent counts and every discovery matters. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another exciting story about the coins that could change your life. Keep checking your pockets, keep searching, and you might be the next lucky person to find a penny worth more than gold.